The Supreme Court wants to make it easier for Johnny to sue corrupt media. After successfully clearing his name in the eyes of the public, Johnny has his eyes set on making sure the media never puts him in such a position again, and powerful people are backing him up in this regard. A Supreme Court judge wants to make sure that the media outlets face accountability for their actions and not just get away with defaming another person and ruining their life as they did with Johnny Depp. But who is this judge, and what does he plan on doing about this problem? Keep watching to find out. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas signaled his willingness on Monday to undo a 1964 ruling that makes it difficult to sue media outlets for libel. The conservative justice, who was one of 5 votes to overturn the landmark abortion ruling Roe v. Wade on Friday, issued a dissenting opinion after the High Court refused to hear a case brought by a Christian group that sued the Southern Poverty Law Center. Coral Ridge Ministries Media filed suit against the SPLC, a left-leaning watchdog, after it labeled the Christian organization a hate group. The lawsuit sought to upend the precedent established by New York Times versus Sullivan, the 1964 case, which set a high bar for public officials to sue for defamation. I would grant certiorari in this case to revisit the actual malice standard, Thomas wrote in this dissent. This case is one of many showing how New York Times and its progeny have allowed media organizations and interest groups to cast false aspirations on public figures with near impunity. Thomas wrote, SPLC's hate group designation lumped Coral Ridge's Christian ministry with groups like the Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazis. It placed Coral Ridge on an interactive online hate map and caused Coral Ridge concrete financial injury by excluding it from the Amazon Smile donation program. The justice continued, nonetheless, unable to satisfy the almost impossible actual malice standard this court has imposed. Coral Ridge could not hold SPLC to account for what it maintains is a blatant falsehood. Another conservative justice, Neil Gorsuch, concurred with Thomas's view that the New York Times versus Sullivan should be revisited. The Supreme Court decided Sullivan in 1964 after a federal district court in Alabama found that a civil rights organization's ad in the New York Times had damaged the reputation of an Alabama sheriff who was identified by implication in the ad. Sullivan established a higher standard for public officials and public figures to prove defamation of character. They would have to prove actual malice on the part of the accused defamer, that the publication had acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Last year, Thomas also called on his colleagues on the bench to review the actual malice standard after the court refused to take up a similar case. A landmark ruling such as this would surely pave the way for victims like Johnny to get the kind of justice they deserve after getting maligned by the media over false narratives. Social media was quick to react to this news, a user tweeted. I can only imagine the hundreds of suits just waiting right now. A media held accountable? Good by me, wrote another. Absolutely outstanding. Since we have bravada and not a fair or free press, this is necessary. Judge Thomas is a national treasure, said another Judge Thomas supporter. That is all for today. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the press needs to be controlled more? Don't forget to like and subscribe.